Most Americans just can't or won't do farm work.
City workers are unprepared physically, mentally.
I mean, it ain't really worth the gas I'm spending to get here.
You got to know what you're doing, and it takes years. It takes years to learn how to do it.
Felipe Chacon, who won't say if he's legal or not, moved here from Mexico almost 30 years ago. Has been picking tomatoes ever since.
No one can walk out there the first day and pick tomatoes or squash or whatever the vegetable of the day is.
By the time we get them in shape to work, the farmers are all going to be broke.
Farmers were decrying a labor drought that's just gotten worse.
For us, it's all about survival. Without a viable labor source, we cannot survive.
I understand there's going to be a short hiccup as people, reset how they're doing business.
I have to go pick them up and bring them to work, and at the end of the day, I have to carry them back home, because even the ones that are here legally are afraid to be on the highway. They're afraid to drive because they're afraid they're going to get pulled over. It's racial profiling. They know exactly who to pull over because they can tell by looking at it.
It's xenophobic, and it's embarrassing that I live in this state and that the whole country talks about how backwards we are.
I suffer for my people being scared away. It's something that it hurts. I consider this my home.
Agriculture in Alabama could be headed the way of its immigrant workforce.
Sam Walton, I don't think would be comfortable with the way things are going right now. I don't think this is why he started the store. It wasn't to crush other competition.
They're the biggest, they're the most powerful, they have the most money. They don't need to talk to anybody. They don't need to negotiate with anybody.
I've always been kind of quiet and shy. And now, I kind of need to stand up for myself and, my community.
Bluntly told me, there's no place for people like you in management.
No Walmart in Chicago. If they don't pay a living wage, you can't come to Chicago.
I believe that America should always and forever remain free. However, I think that there need to be regulations established.
Walmart didn't know what to tell me about existing environmental problems and birth defect causing chemicals going into the drinking water of the public.
Walmart used to be our biggest customer. That was when Walmart had the banner in their stores, Made in America. If they had a banner now, it wouldn't be Made in America. It would probably be Made in China.
They want to own everything. My son is going to take over from me. He's not. Because we're not going to be here, because Walmart's going to be here.
Walton family believes that they're a good Christian family. Not if they're going to make millions at the expense of poor workers. Not if they're going to make money off the backs of people who are suffering.
In a new report today, the government says 44 million Americans now live in poverty. 4 million joined the list just last year. And that means 1 out of every 7 people we pass on the street could be struggling for basic needs like food. David Muir has been looking at what these numbers really mean. David.
Diane, 1 in 7, it really is something. These new numbers offer a stunning portrait of just how many American families struggling to hold on to their place within the middle class have watched as that spot has now slipped from their reach.
It is the largest number of Americans living in poverty since they began keeping track 50 years ago, an increase of 4 million in just 1 year.
People who used to be solidly middle class, who are now looking over that cliff into the abyss.
The government puts the poverty line at just under $22,000 a year for a family of 4.
Some of the hazards child laborers face in agriculture are long working hours, carrying heavy loads over long distance, extreme temperatures, dangerous cutting tools, skin problems, injury or death from heavy machinery, loud noise, handling of toxic pesticides, exposure to high levels of organic dust, injury or disease from livestock and wild animals, and injury or death from falling.